Hello, I think we are now live. So, welcome to anyone that's with us on this webinar this evening. This evening in Europe, I think hopefully we'll have a few people from North America joining us as well. I'll give it just a few moments so that people can get joined. Whilst we're giving people a chance to get on, feel free to let us know where you are joining the webinar from. So it looks like we have a few people in already, and I'll get started and get moving with things. So my name's Paul. I'm from Social WiFi, and I'm running this webinar. It's my second one today on the same topic, and we're looking at the reseller program that we have and introducing the new white label options that we've released recently. And as we go through, you'll learn quite a lot about the product of Social WiFi and why your clients might want to buy it. And then we'll start looking at some of the reseller options, the reseller scheme that we have. And then we'll just take a look at how the white label factor comes into things, because essentially it's going to be the same product, just skinned a little bit differently. It's going to have your logo on it and things like that. But some great benefits for our reselling partners to be able to take our name off the product, put theirs on it, and allow them to sell this with their own local brand, build their own local reputation, and hopefully it's going to be good news for all of us in terms of winning some new clients with the product. So I got a couple of people saying hello from Croatia, someone saying hi, Paul. Roslan, let us know where you are joining us from in the world. But yeah, we are excited to go through this today. Spain. So we've got Spain and Croatia in the room. Let's see if we get anyone from Canada and America as well. So some of you are probably already very familiar with Social WiFi and what we do and why we exist. Some of you maybe on the webinar just getting started with Wi-Fi marketing. But essentially, what we say is, and you see this on the title slide I had a moment ago, is we are giving offline businesses the online edge. Well, what does that mean? When we consider online businesses, e-commerce is what I'm thinking of here. They know so much about their customers. They know who they are. They know what they're looking at, what they're buying, what they're not buying, how frequently they're visiting the website, and so on and so forth. And they have some incredible marketing tools to retarget their customers when they leave the website, go to other parts of the internet, and encourage them to spend more money. And it's these strategies and tactics that make companies like Amazon, Allegro, Alibaba, Shopee, absolute, billion-dollar powerhouses. When you compare that to a brick and mortar business, be it a supermarket, a restaurant, a hotel, they really lack a lot of information about who their customers are. When you think of hotels, you might think, well, they know who's booked. Not necessarily. A lot of bookings come through online travel agents who don't necessarily give the details. If you imagine your own experience, you go into a coffee shop or a restaurant, you have a good meal, you leave. You've not shared with them any information about who you are, so they have no way to encourage you to come back and visit again. So there's a huge knowledge gap there for these businesses, and this is the problem we're trying to solve. We're trying to tell our clients who their customers are, and then use that information to automate remarketing, get them coming back, visiting more frequently, and also gather online reviews from them. These are the key hitters. There are a few other things in and around the product that we will touch on, but these are the problems that we're looking to solve. And whilst I take a glass of water, I'm just going to change the settings here. So as we go, use the chat to ask any questions. I see these coming through on my side. So if I see any questions that stand out, I'll try and answer them as we go. So yeah, like I say, why are your clients going to buy Social WiFi? It's because they need to know who their customers are. They need email addresses in their CRM. They need people to contact. They need online reviews as well. So we'll come on to all of these things further down the road. I'll send out the presentation that I'm going through after the call, so everyone has these slides that registered for the webinar. But this slide here is just basically going through what the customer experience is and what your client will experience. So, for example, we're starting on the left-hand side with the customer logs into the Wi-Fi, they get internet access. Your client is going to get that customer's email address in their CRM, and so on and so forth. We go through the automation of email marketing, the gathering of online reviews. We've got the mass mailing as well. And these are just the high level things. We could, you can go further. You can look at the SMS marketing options that we have, the Facebook pixel integrations, and so on. So as I said, the whole social Wi-Fi experience for your clients begins with a Wi-Fi login. And we believe this is one of the places where we were able to stand out on the market. We create some of the, some incredible Wi-Fi login systems for our clients. This one you're seeing here, example, is one of our clients in Bali. They're like a luxury hotel group, and the elements that we look to build up on login pages is a nice logo, very aesthetic looking background image, and then match up the buttons and the text to that company's color scheme, font pack, all those kind of things. And then throughout the whole login process, they're going to have that sort of fully branded experience. There's no reference to social Wi-Fi on here, nor would there be any reference to your business as a reseller either, unless you add it. What we're thinking here is, if we want the customer to trust the business that they're at with their data, it needs to look and feel exactly like their business. So we think this is a real standout feature and something that you should focus on with your clients. And once we've captured people's data, we've put that in the CRM, the question becomes, what do you do with that data? Because I personally always like to say data is only useful if you know what to do with it. And another factor is time as well. So we know who is visiting these businesses, and we know when they're visiting them. So we're able to automate the delivery of communication. So it could be a welcome email on the first login at a specific business, or it could be a not seen in email. So someone hasn't reconnected for 30 days, or it's somebody's 5th visit at a location. We could hit them with a loyalty email. These mechanisms make it possible for your clients to automate their marketing, get the right message to the right person at the right time, rather than just doing mindless email blasts to everyone in the database, 10,000 people, the same message at the same time. We've all done it. This is exactly what we did in advertising the webinar. There's nothing wrong with that, but these kind of automations can be a really nice complement to the other mass mailing techniques that is being used. The other really popular reason why people buy our service, and I would say this ranks number 1 or 2 alongside the data capture, would be our ability to gather online reviews. So we look at, what we're considering here is, how can we use our existing clients or customers of the restaurant, the hotel, to encourage other people to come? And the most effective way, in our opinion, to do that is through gathering online reviews from those customers. So again, because we know when someone's come to the business, we can make some assumptions about when they've left. We can automate the delivery of these communications, and depending on if a customer responds positively or negatively to this email, as you can see on the screen, it's just a very simple 5-star scale. We're either going to take that person to a review site that the client has chosen, or if it's negative, we'll take them to a feedback section where we can get more information from that customer about why they rated it 1 star, what was the problem, and then the business owner can utilize that to either put some complaints right, recontact the customer, and we have some elements of AI and ChatGPT coming into the product at that point as well. We'll take a dive into the product a bit later on. I've got a screen up here to do a little bit of demonstrating to you later, but yeah, that won't be far off. I mentioned we've got some AI tools, which I'll talk about a bit more later on when we look at negative feedback. Ads campaigns, we have the ability to embed Facebook Pixel, Google cookies, Snapchat, TikTok, X. So if your clients are doing paid online advertising, we can use the Wi-Fi to retarget known customers, perhaps with a different campaign message. Maybe you want to use Instagram's lookalike audiences. Just gets you a bit more smart with your ad spending, let's say, especially if you know how to use the ad engines really wisely. And this is actually something else that we released towards the back end of last year in around Q4. We're able to do SMS marketing now. So we're able to offer SMS phone number as a Wi-Fi login option, and then provide all of the same remarketing communication tools that we've already gone through, but by SMS. So someone comes to the restaurant, they put their phone number into the connect to the Wi-Fi. We send them a verification code. That phone number gets put into the CRM database, and then we can send the welcome SMS messages, the not seen in SMS messages. Very popular form of marketing in certain parts of the world, not everywhere. So, for example, in the UK, where I'm from, SMS marketing kind of fails a lot of the time, but in other places like the USA, it's extremely popular. So that's there if any of your clients do want to use it. And I guess finally, before I switch to just showing you a bit of how to use the dashboard, it's going to be good for a lot of the people on this call to know that we're compatible across many different enterprise hardware vendors. So there's going to be brands here that you already know, probably Ubiquiti Unify you're well aware of, MikroTik, TP-Link Omada specifically. We don't support all of TP-Link's devices. It's the Omada range. But looking around here, you'll see brands that you're familiar with. And we have more to come as well. Later on this year, we're hoping to release a few more. No promises, but you may start seeing brands like Juniper Networks, Huawei, Ruigi, brands that we're trying to do some work with at the moment. So this may expand, but at the moment, everything that you see here is available. And we'll see what the future holds in terms of hardware developments. Okay, I'm going to check if we've got any questions coming through on the chat. If you haven't asked anything and you want to, now is probably a pretty good time to do so whilst I change a few things around and take some water. It's hard work talking to yourself for such a long period of time. So what I thought I would do is show you very briefly that your management dashboard as a reseller, you would have access to all of your clients' accounts. You'd be able to go in, see all of their data, their statistics, make adjustments to their branding, their email campaigns from a single login. And your clients would get access to something that looks exactly the same as this, but they would only see the venues that are relevant to them. So we have a permission system that makes it very easy for you to manage multiple clients at once, but also give access to your clients that you don't want your Starbucks clients seeing the Costa Coffee client accounts, for example. So it's very easy to manage multiple clients from here. And then if you want to go ahead and add a new venue, you just have to go into the dashboard and select add a new venue. You may want to add it under a new project. We won't get into the difference between a project and a venue on this call. If you start reselling us, we'll cover this as part of your onboarding. I could probably go through right now and create a whole new venue with some really great branding in less than a minute. It's that quick and simple. I'm going to go through it a little bit slower just to kind of break things down a little bit for you as we go. And I've chosen one of our clients that we have in Aruba because they have some really nice branding. And I thought this would look really good, and it's pretty simple to do. So this place is called Lima Bistro. And the first thing I'm going to do is use the Google search tool to find their location. And Google's found it. So on the waterfront there. I could go through various things here. So we've used the Google tool because it's pulled through a lot of crucial information for us, specifically the country. And now we can go into page branding. So this is going to start setting up a bit of a template design for the login pages. So I want to drop in a logo here. I want to drop in a nice background image. We always like to do nice background images. And let's put a bit of a color overlay on this just to make things pop out a bit more. Something like that, I think. And then the system also has pulled through the dominant colors from the logo. So it's made some suggestions about how we might want these buttons to look. I'll probably go with white. Oh, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll go black on this. And very quickly we start to build up the framework for a login page. I go through to the next step. It asks me to put in some default characteristics for an email. This is kind of an example of the review email that we send out. And these faces are adjustable. These are the default emojis that we have. But you can see it's pulled through a lot of the other branding as well. We click next. It asks us to configure which online review sites we would like to add. We've already got the Google review link, so that's good. I'm going to skip through that page, click create, and now in what was potentially, a minute, 90 seconds, if I was going through this at normal pace, we've created a Wi-Fi login page that's going to look like this. If someone goes into this business with their laptop. Now I can go ahead and make further adjustments on this. We have a very straightforward to use drag and drop creator, which, as part of your onboarding, we'll teach you a bit of. We just select elements on the right-hand side, drop them in. So maybe we want to add in a bit more text. We can do so. We can then, choose fonts, choose colors, so on and so forth. Anything you select on the center here, you get more options on the right side. So maybe this restaurant doesn't really want LinkedIn login, and it doesn't want Twitter or X login. Very easy to adjust. One other thing that we can do, I mentioned this for the existing resellers that are on the call that may not know this, you can upload your own custom font packs. So if our system doesn't have it by default, you can go into the settings and add a bespoke font. And this client was using specifically an Adobe font, which they sent us through. And by selecting that, we've now really fully branded it to the client. And that process goes throughout the entire, that drag and drop creator is available on every page of the login process. Similarly, when we get to creating the important stuff around GDPR, we have a lot of default wording in here. But again, everything is customizable. If you want to change some of our legal wording around GDPR, you can do. Just select it and type over it. If you want to, add in some extra elements, change the logo, add more artwork, no problem at all. So very easy to use and very easy to create very nice Wi-Fi login pages for your clients. And I recommend doing these before you have a meeting with your client because it can really hit them with some wow factor. So Rosalind asked if we're planning to add the Netgear brand. It's not on the roadmap. I know that for sure. It's not a brand that has come up frequently enough over time. Most people come to us saying that they might have a Netgear router, but they've got access points from other vendors. So it's not one that we have scheduled at the moment. White label, fully customizable, including images of the emails that arrive. Yeah, so we've replaced all of our images on any of the emails and parts of the dashboard as well. The next one I'm going to skip over on this point, and the ability to sign clients up via redirection. I'll come on to that as well later in the webinar. Feel free to keep sending things through. I'm just quickly going to show a few things on the review system, because I think this is a really good part of the product to talk to your clients about. Like I said earlier, we can send these review request emails when people have left, and depending on how people respond, we can send them to either the Google review page perhaps, or TripAdvisor review page. And if it's negative, we will take people to a page where they can leave feedback more privately. We don't want customers going onto Google and leaving a 1-star review there. So we try and intercept people and stop them going there, and give them an opportunity to share their feedback and get it off their chest before before they go on Google and share those comments. And your clients will have the ability to see all of that feedback from the inbox. Obviously, there's nothing in here because I've just created this venue a moment ago, but this would start to fill up a bit like a Gmail inbox. You'd be able to go in, read the feedback, then also reply to the customers. You could just write emails back, or you could ask ChatGPT to suggest a reply, which is incredibly effective. We've had really good feedback on the quality of the responses that the ChatGPT integration is giving. The only credit we can take is that we've provided it a really good prompt, and OpenAI and their tools are doing the rest. So I'm not going to pretend that we are a big AI company like many other tech companies are doing these days, but it's a really effective tool that we've had really good feedback on from our clients over the last half a year at least now. ChatGPT's been on the market. So there's lots of stuff in the dashboard. Many of you on the call are probably already familiar with this. Those of you that are on this call that are not familiar with Social Wi-Fi, if you are interested in joining the reseller program, having watched this, schedule a call with us and we'll go through all of this in much more detail. But what I think most of you are really here for is to see Social Wi-Fi disappear from up here in the top corner, and to see socialwifi.com disappear from up here in the nav bar. And if I change tab here, you can see we've already done that on this other partner of ours. So you'll actually notice that all of those accounts that I was playing with earlier are on all my portfolio login screens. I'm in the same place. But what we now have is we have Dr. Wi-Fi's branding up here. Everything is going through Dr. Wi-Fi's domain, and every touch point throughout the dashboard and the user journey is going to have Social Wi-Fi removed. And so that's going to be from, if you go into into an account. And I think, Rosalind, this comes back to the question you asked about the images on emails. Let's say you add a user to the system, they're going to get the activation email. That's going to come through, in this case, with the Dr. Wi-Fi logo on the email. It's going to come through from from domains that are not social Wi-Fi. So yeah, that's this type of email is just one. The emails where you've received feedback and so on and so forth. As for alt images, not quite sure what you're referring to there, but yeah, we are replacing our logo across the entire board, and we've already had a handful of partners sign up and purchase this. So there have been a few little things along the way where we've missed one or two things, but through working with our existing partners, we've been able to find those, and now it should be fully good and running. So yeah, that's that's essentially, we're taking the entire Social Wi-Fi product, taking our logos off it, taking our name off it, any references in terms of text in the dashboard here where it would reference Social Wi-Fi, will dynamically change that to your business name as well. I'm just wondering if I can quickly find any examples of that, because I'm not showing exactly where they are off the top of my head. But yeah, what the tech team have done is find any word phrases that is Social Wi-Fi, and we will set on the back end with us your like business facing name that you would like to appear there. Now there was a question about redirection. So yes, you will be able to sign up customers from your website. And this is why when you get onboarded with White Label, you will be asked by our tech people to do some DNS CNAME changes. And therefore, anytime anyone targets a URL on your website that is destined for our system, is going to redirect cleanly. So you see up here, we have, you may not see very well, actually, we have panel.Dr. Wi-Fi. You could put a button on your website or a call to action for people to sign up for your brand's Wi-Fi system. It's going to come through to our system seamlessly. So yeah, you can encourage redirection from your website for people to sign up to the system. In terms of alt text, yeah, I would imagine that's been covered, because we've uploaded brand new images for all of the emails. So those images are going to have their own alt descriptions. So yeah, that one I'm 99% sure, but because we're not going to upload your images with alt text of our logo. So yeah, I'm 99% certain that has been done. But yeah, so I believe if you go to this partner's website, they do have a call to action on there to register and sign up as if you were on our website, and then those people are taken through the signing up process under their White Label brand. So yeah, that's I've gone through a really I've gone through that pretty quickly in terms of a bit of overview of Social Wi-Fi, what we do, a bit of a back end walk. I've not gone too deep on this because a lot of people on this call already know what Social Wi-Fi is about. And those of you that don't, reach out to us after this and we can set up a one-to-one demo and go through in a lot more detail on the actual functionality of the product and how best to sell it to your clients. In terms of for our partners, what does all of this mean for you? Presumably most of the people on this webinar are running some form of IT company, marketing company, and you're looking for additional revenue streams. So anytime you can sell Social Wi-Fi to your clients, you are going to earn a new monthly recurring revenue stream, which I don't need to sell any of you on how beneficial that is. Our growth internationally is in huge part down to the success of our partners and how well we support our partners. So helping you get the most out of the product and sell effectively is really important to us. We have clients now in well over 100 countries, and it would be impossible for us to do that without, looking after the resellers that we have. So it's our commitment to support you very well. And in the initial deals as well, we want to be a bit more hands-on with you. We know how to sell this product better than most, if not everyone. So we're happy to be assistants on sales meetings, and over time, hand things over, and you'll become a lot more self-sufficient. So initially, you don't know what you don't know. We'll guide you along the way, and I'm sure you do 3 or 4 deals, you'll be doing this without needing our assistance. And we have various different tiers when it comes to the reseller program. So for those people that don't have enough clients to reach the 30% discount level, we can offer a referral discount where you can just do warm introductions to your clients that want to set up the service. We'll take care of literally everything. We'll keep you in the CC on the emails and things like that. We'll invoice the clients, but then what we'll do for the lifetime of that client being with us, we'll give you a 50% commission on anything that gets sold. Now, if you do get beyond that, and the threshold is only 4 active licenses, you drop into the 30% discount tier. And as you grow your clients and revenue, you can move to 40% at gold and 50% at platinum. But when you get into these authorized gold and platinum tiers, you're able to keep a lot more control of the client. You can do the invoicing direct. You can charge them whatever you want. We're just going to send you an invoice for the cumulative amount of your licenses held with us, minus your discount, and that's what we care about. We're obviously still there in the background to provide you support and help you win and maintain the clients. But yeah, essentially, we believe that it's good for the partners to do the invoicing, to do the first line support. They have the relationship with you. They might not necessarily know who we are. We're just happy to sit in the background and support where needed. And then as you go through gold and platinum, like, there are additional benefits as well. We can start doing co-hosted webinars like this. If you want to invite your clients onto something like this, we can give you early access to features that we have coming. There are various different benefits. Obviously, the more revenue you have with us, we're going to unlock a few more goodies for you to play with and give you a bit more, a bit more love, let's say. And then when it comes to white label, we've already gone through a lot of the stuff that we've got listed on the left-hand side there. The realization time for this at the moment is going to be about 1 week. We have a bit of technical work to do on our side. But because we've only just released this, we've got quite a few of our existing resellers making the conversion. So at the moment, I think the time that it takes is about 1 week. And plus, you need to do a little bit of work yourself with DNS changes. But hopefully, when things calm down, we'll be able to do this within 1 or 2 days and get everything customized and turned over onto your brand. It's an annual fee of just $1,200. So if you break that down, we're looking at $100 a month here for you to have a Social Wi-Fi product with your name, your logo, all of Social Wi-Fi's branding removed, and hopefully you're going to benefit from that with local sales. And the product really delivers. Like, your clients are going to be super happy with this with this product. We picked out some key results here. We talked about the online reviews. We have, the example here on the left. One of our clients started getting 7 times more reviews on a monthly basis after using us. The client on the right, within 1 year, they got 250,000 email addresses into their CRM. Incredible benefits for our clients and hopefully your clients too. So yeah, we really hope that you either join us as a reseller, or if you're an existing reseller, you convert over to us. And the development isn't going to stop there. You may have seen this post on our socials at the start of the year. These are just some of the highlights of what we did with the product in 2023. We don't develop and sell anything else. This is what we do. We are, we believe we're experts on Wi-Fi marketing. We believe we're a market leader on this. already this year, we've made a number of other fantastic releases. You'll see a social media post on LinkedIn and Instagram and places tomorrow about what we've done in just the first 2 months of this year. So the product is continually developing and evolving. New features are getting developed. And I can tell you that the roadmap for the next 6 months is looking really exciting as well. Not only do we have those additional hardware vendors that we're doing some R&D with, but we've also got some of the cool marketing things that your clients are really going to love as well. So yeah, that's me being talking for about 35 minutes. I'm going to take a last couple of sips of water, and whilst I do that, I'm going to see if any more questions come in, and if not, we will wrap things up. Thanks for all of the input, especially from Roslan. Plenty of questions and comments coming through from Roslan in where you Spain. 22 degrees in Malaga. That's sitting in a 10-degree Warsaw. I'm rather jealous. Okay, well, I will wrap things up here. Thanks for joining me, and get in touch with us on the email contact@socialwifi.com, and happy to progress the conversation. So have a nice afternoon or evening wherever you are in the world.